10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, I'm Utkarsh Tandon and I welcome you once again in this interactive post-match analysis session. What a Sunday we had! We had a super Sunday as we witnessed two engrossing games, two engrossing encounters, one between the Rajasthan Royals and the Sunrisers Hyderabad, while the other being the clash for the table toppers. It was between the Delhi Capitals and the Mumbai Indians. Two different games at two different venues, but both the games getting down to the wire. We'll first talk about the afternoon game, which was between the Delhi Capital, or rather Rajasthan Royals and the Sunrisers Hyderabad, where the pitch was bit on a slower side, and you can say that Hyderabad posted a very decent total 158, uh, courtesy Kane Williamson and Priyam Garg, who made some quick fire runs down at the end, while Manish Pandey scored a fine half century with the support of David Warner at the top. Uh, then it was Rajasthan Royals and it was Tewatia and Rian Parag, R&R, Rahul and Rian for Rajasthan Royals, as they had a terrible start, but at the end, Rajasthan had the last laugh. The game went down to the wire, and Tewatia and Rian Parag, the way they batted was exceptionally well. As Just to remind you, you can join in clicking the link. I've shared it in the comment box. uh, I think Rohan is telling that waiting for the stream to start. The stream is already started. Stream is already started. So, and especially the way Tewatia struck three fours, hat trick of fours against Rashid Khan, that was something which was awe-striking, because hitting Rashid for consecutive three fours is not an easy task. So now, with not much of taking your time, I'll quickly add our expert, former English spinner, Mr. Monty Panesar, who is with us. Hello, Paji. How are you?
Hi. Yeah, thank you for having me on your show today.
So, Paji, how was your Sunday? Because we witnessed two intriguing games.
Yeah, look, the last game, Mumbai Indians versus Delhi Capitals, was, you can see why Delhi Capitals are a strong team. You know, they have a strong team department, and they nearly won it for them. You know, in the end, possibly. I guess the turning point was, when Michael Stoinis was run out in the Delhi Capital innings. They were probably 10 to 15 runs short. Would have made a huge difference. But these two teams are clearly, the two strongest teams in the competition at the moment.
And definitely, what do you have to say about the bowling unit? Because that also spoke a lot about the bowling quality which both the teams have, be it Delhi or Mumbai.
Yeah, look, there was a poll going out. Which one's a better team, Jasprit Bumrah or Rabada? Which are the two better bowlers? And it's difficult to separate the both. I think at the moment I'll probably go for Jasprit Bumrah, just the way he's able to bowl slower balls, sort of, full tosses, and bowl the quicker full toss. He's using that ball very effectively. But it's I see. I just think that Delhi Daredevils is the team that's grown. No one expected them to done so well in the tournament, and they've definitely surprised a lot of people.
Definitely, they've pulled above their weights, and also the kind of balance which they had before starting the IPL, that also spoke that they'll have a good tournament further. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that was my team. Yeah, no, I always went to Delhi Capitals. Just got the sense that with Mohammed Kaif, their young, hungry coach, he'll probably make sure the fielding, the outlet will be really good for Delhi Capitals. There'll be a good fielding team. But I think the way Ricky Ponting has developed Sharia into a great captain. I think Delhi Capitals look like a really good team now.
yes, and Paji, what do you have to say about the young skipper which they have, Shreyas Iyer, who has actually evolved in the captaincy?
Yeah, his captaincy is quite very impressive. He's a young captain, and I do think at some point he'll probably will captain India once Virat Kohli has had enough of captaincy. I like his maturity. I like his temperament, his calmness, and they're the things that they look for. And also match awareness. He knows when to bring on his seamers. Like a great example today was he knew Ashwin wasn't bowling really well, and he just let him bowl his 4 overs, damage limitation, knowing that the seamers could come back later on, and they nearly won the game for them. So if it wasn't for Stoinis' run out, could have been a different game.
Yes, and actually the way he used Rabada as well, both in the middle overs and at the death, that was also a very interesting part to see of his captaincy. Now, Paji, it is a win for Mumbai Indians, and not only Rohit didn't contribute in this game. So this is a big bonus for Mumbai Indians, as their biggest player, the biggest match winner, hasn't contributed yet. They won the game.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. Look, I think that the encouragement was Quinton de Kock, who actually played a real good innings today, and there's sometimes too much relying on Rohit Sharma, who's actually he's his 150th IPL game, and I think after Kiran Pollard, he's the second most capped Mumbai Indian player. So he's actually he's done really well, but look, it's so important. Like for good teams to do well, they need, if their key players are not playing well, they know other teams, other members in the team would rise up. The likes of Kishan, who today again showed that I think there was a key moment in the game where Kishan and Shreyas Kumar both young sort of pups in the team, and you kind of just think, how will they respond? Will they give it away, or do they have that level of maturity to get through? And I think that's why Mumbai seems to be a stronger team. Well, the other teams like the RCB, Virat Kohli, and they'll do well to get into the top four, but I just don't think they're strong enough to win the tournament. I think it'll be Mumbai Indians or Delhi Capitals, and possibly Rajasthan Royals. Gosh, we haven't even touched upon that game. What a game that was!
Yes, I was coming to the afternoon game between Rajasthan and SRH. So first, I'll talk about the innings of Sunrisers Hyderabad. Do you think that the total which they posted, 158, was that a decent enough considering the wicket, which was a bit on a slower side?
Look, I think they did really well in the last 5 overs. It's good they got up to 10 and over, and I think a lot of teams are doing that now. They're kind of like saving their wickets and making sure that the last five overs they're scoring at 10 and over, and that's what they want to do. But what I sense is that it was just Rashid Khan, that 1 over, he went. If he goes to distance, what other options are there with Sunrisers Hyderabad? I think yet again this is where, like, I think the other good teams are beginning to show now. So if some of the key players, they go the distance, they will have the local domestic, players, from the Ranji Trophy, youngsters, performing. And that's why today was such an encouraging sign for Mumbai Indians. Kishan, again, did brilliantly well. And I think that's where Sunrisers Hyderabad could lose out, where they just think it's pretty much a three-man team. It's Rashid Khan, Johnny Bairstow, and David Warner. And then the other team plays around that. So it's important that they look at the options. They'll think, well, if Rashid Khan goes the distance one of the games, who are our other bowlers that we can sort of bring in and kind of have a plan B. And all teams need that. All teams need to have a plan A, plan B, plan C. And for me, I feel that Sunrisers Hyderabad are just relying too much on Rashid Khan to get him through the line.
Yes, and do you think that talking about Rajasthan Royals, do you think that Steve Smith is taking a lot of pressure on himself and trying to hit the ball as hard as possible, which is not really his characteristic of batting?
Yeah, look, I think Steve Smith probably wants to, he's probably looking at Virat Kohli and thinking, well, if he can do it, I can do it. It's a bit of competition of the top batsmen in the world. They all want to sort of compete against each other. And at the moment, I'll say Virat Kohli is taking the leading spot. He's got the highest strike rate at the moment. This week, he had the highest strike rate of 253, after 16 overs. So it kind of puts a pressure on you. If you're going to talk with the likes of Virat Kohli, Steve Smith, Kane Williamson, all of them three in the same bracket, Steve Smith kind of feels, well, it's my turn to prove that I'm, one of the world's best batsmen. So he's probably trying to hit the ball too hard than he needs to, and possibly just focus on his own game, focus on getting Rajasthan Royals into the top four if he can. With Ben Stokes back, hopefully, the pressure will be less on him.
Yes, definitely. And also about Sanju Samson, means Samson was absolutely, he put up a stellar show in the first couple of games at Sharjah, but after that, he didn't actually had a season which he would have expected. So what's the reason why Samson has been not doing that well as he did in the first couple of games?
Well, but we've seen it, throughout this IPL, that when there's pace in the wicket, some of the young Indian batsmen struggle. They get into awkward positions, with the short ball. And I just feel that with young Sanju Samson, he's when the quicker bowlers come on, he just needs to make that assessment. Am I going to take that risky shot? Am I going to pull the ball? Am I going to play that ball which could get me out? So maybe he should just assess that. I think personally, anything that is short above the hip height, if it's too quick for him, look for another option. Maybe get off strike. If you can pull the ball, go for the medium paces. But if it's full, then really, just play his full shot is going at the bowlers. I think that would help him.
Okay, so last couple of questions before adding the fans. First question is that sending Ben Stokes as an opener means most impactful player of international cricket since last 1.5 years, but sending him to open the innings, was it a wise decision? What's your take?
I think he's just come into he's playing his first game and fielding. If the fielders are up, why not just go for a swing, get yourself back into rhythm again? So it was probably the right decision with left-right combination. He's playing with his one of his best mates in England team, Joss Butler. But I would give him another game. I don't know what it is. I think let's give Ben Stokes one more go at top of the order and see how that goes. I quite like this new strategy. It's a different type of game plan. So definitely, give him another opportunity. And see how it goes. The top three, if they fire for Rajasthan Royals, we could look at a really big total.
Definitely, and T20 is also about thinking out of the box, which Rajasthan did today. Although it didn't work, but hope it works in the rest of the games moving forward. So the last question before adding the fans is that, do you think, what's your take on Indian talent? Because today also a crisp chase, a clinical chase by Rahul Tewatia and Riyan Parak, two uncapped players. Rahul Tewatia also hit a hat trick of fours against the Rashid Khan, which is not an easy task. And we've seen Ishan Kishan or Rahul Tripathi as well doing well previously. So, what's your take on Indian young talent?
Yeah, I think that's been the highlight of the tournaments. Is every team has a young player that is coming through and doesn't have much experience, but they just play fearless cricket. And that's the interesting bit to see, is where do they, who teaches them to do this? Why isn't it happening in like the T20 Blast? We don't see young English batsmen coming to the fore and taking it on, or even in the Big Bash. But in the IPL, young Indian batsmen, they keep doing this. And is it a coaching style? Is it the coaching methods? Is it just, this is, sorry guys, we don't care if it's your first game. You got to go out there and just whack the ball, or you got to go out there and bowl your Yorkers. If you're a leg spinner from the Kings 11, the under 19 sorts, the star of the World Cup, then he's doing really well, Bishun. So I think it's been sort of the young Indian talents IPL this year.
Yes, definitely. And now it's time for the fans to join. So I'll take Ayushi and Anurag Sinha to the stream. So hello and welcome Ayushi and Anurag to this post-match live interactive session. Glad to have you both. Now I'll start with Ayushi and then followed by Anurag. Ayushi, you aren't audible. Please. Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah. Okay, so now we have Anurag Sinha with us. Hello, Anurag. Glad to have you on the show. A warm welcome. You can ask your question.
Yeah, very happy to be a part of the show. My question is that how have you seen the game evolve through the years? I mean to say that from the time when T20 was not there, now that T20 is there, with IPL is there, how do you feel the overall the game of cricket is going in which direction? Is it overall good for the players who are newly coming in? Like, I'm talking about in all aspects, whether it's T20 test or one day. Do you feel the cricket is now getting a wider reach overall over all the world? Do you think that?
Yeah, look, I think since the IPL first got introduced, it's definitely, especially in the UK, people, this is that sort of time of the year where they have their kind of like 6 weeks, where they just love watching the IPL at 3 p.m. It's a perfect time for us in the UK, and especially with the double headers over the weekend. From 11 a.m. till the whole day, people are just watching IPL cricket. So in the UK, everyone's loving it, and the brand of IPL is good. It seems like the younger players this year are coming through and performing really well. So look, everyone just loves watching IPL in the UK.
Thanks.
So
Thanks for the answer.
I'll quickly add Sahil also in the meantime. Hello, Sahil. Now you're live in the show.
Oh, hello.
Yes, hello. Live in the show. You can ask your question.
Yeah, I've put it on the chat.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So Sahil's saying that Rohit Sharma has been showing only extreme performance, either very low score or very high score. Do you think average score of 50 runs would bring value to his performance and the team?
Look, I think Rohit Sharma is a good player, but when the ball gets a bit quick, like the UAE pitches, he is susceptible to the quicker ball. And that's something that other teams will look to exploit, especially if this in the playoff games. They would look to exploit, Rohit Sharma's, I think his inability to put the short ball away when it's quick. In India, it's easy, sits up a bit and he's got time. So that's something that he has to be mindful of. If he wants Mumbai Indians, if it's an important match, how he should be aware that the fast bowlers will look to bowl short at him, especially in the power play.
So Sahil, I hope you got your answer. Any other question you can ask and be in
No,
the
yeah,
okay.
I'll ask on the chat if I have. Yeah.
Okay. So again, we have Ayushi with us now. So Ayushi, you are live in the show. Hello and welcome.
Hey, thank you, Utkarsh, thank you, Monty sir. So I just had this question. I've been observing, and I think most of the people have been observing that MI has been a talent hunter for the Indian team, be it with Hardik Pandya or Krunal Pandya, and now Ishan Kishan. What is your take on that? What do you think about that?
Well, look, I think one of the reasons IPL was formed was to make sure that the young talent is coming through. It wasn't just about overseas players turning up, and we're seeing the likes of, let's say, Jofra Archer bowling, to the best Indian batsman. It was also about young players coming through, and we see the likes of Kishan coming through today, and Shri Kumara, who both of them, were brilliant. There was a period in the match where two young Indian batsmen, were under intense pressure, and they both responded really well. So these are the signs I'm sure Saurav Ganguly will be looking at, thinking that I want every young, I need at least one youngster from every team to be shining through. So once this IPL is over, he would like to see, one player from every team thinking, right, these are the next group of players that will be coming through to get into the Indian team, because a strong Indian team will mean strong cricket globally.
Right. Thank you, sir. Also, I had another question. Delhi has never, won the cup. What do you think about the possibilities of them winning the cup this year?
Look, I think Delhi Capitals, look strong in all departments, and the likes of Ashwin coming back just strengthens the squad. But I think where they will win this will be in the death overs. It will be Rabada, who's been in fine form. And their seam department does look really strong. And that extra pace is actually affecting everyone, just genuine fast bowling, and especially on these pitches, which are probably slightly quicker, like I said before, I think is going to be the difference. And, if they win it, I think it's because they've got a strong seam fast bowling department.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now we can have a healthy debate on the top four. So I'll start with Monty, Paji, and Paji. What would be your top four who will make it to the playoffs?
Well, obviously, I think it'll be Mumbai Indians, Delhi Capitals for sure. There could be the possibility of Rajasthan Royals. RCB is another one. Then we're looking at KKR. It's I can't see Punjab or Chennai Super Kings. They're two. I think I'm going to put a line through them. It's look. I reckon definitely RCB will be the third team, and it'll probably be between KKR and Rajasthan Royals for that final spot.
So MI, DC, RCB, and KKR or Rajasthan.
Yeah,
that's your top four.
Yeah, that's my top four.
Okay, so Sahil, quickly, your top four.
I think CSK, MI, Delhi, and Something tough for the fourth one.
Pick one. Pick one.
Oh, KKR maybe.
Okay, you're going with the power of Russell. Next we have Ayushi. Your top four.
I think I mean I will go with Monty sir because his analysis was already too great. So yeah, I mean MI, RCB, Delhi, and maybe Rajasthan this time. Yeah.
And we have another guest joining, Rohan Sharma. Rohan, your top four.
So first of all, thanks for having me. And my top four would be as same as Monty Sir's. As he said that at DC, RCB, Mumbai Indians, and Rajasthan Royals, or it will be Sunrisers Hyderabad from my side.
Yes, that was the team I was looking for because interestingly, no one mentioned SRH. I'd like to ask Paji, why didn't you mention SRH? What actually will uh, what will be the factor which will affect SRH to not going or making it to the playoffs?
I think if they lose David Warner or Johnny Bairstow early, they rely on that partnership heavily, and Johnny Bairstow is already in the top five sort of highest run scorers for this year on the IPL. So there's a big reliance on them two, and also Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan is, we know, the best T20 bowler, but like you saw today, one over, all it takes is one over to go the distance, and suddenly, the momentum goes towards Rajasthan Royals today. So that's my feeling. I think you need 4 overs, you need 4 quality overs from Rashid Khan every game. And I don't know if he's got the if he can keep performing every game like that. So if it's on their day, yeah, they may make it through. But I just think, that's my verdict on that.
Okay. So another question on the SRH point of view only, that Bhuvi is missing. A major missing is Bhuvi because Bhuvi was their leader of the pack as far as their bowling unit is concerned. So how the Bhuvi's absence will affect SRH, because
Yeah, look, we know that every team needs a good fast bowler, right? But he is a quality bowler, but he's not really express pace. Where the likes of Rajasthan Royals have Jofra Archer, who can bowl quickly, Rabada, who are just with Bumrah from Mumbai Indians, and that's where I think this year the IPL is going to be won. It's going to be won on who's got the strongest fast bowlers. And Bhuvi's a great bowler. He will be missed because he'll take less pressure off Rashid Khan. So that's, I think it's just there's so much onus on Rashid Khan to do well that it'll be a miracle. If he gets them to win this year, it'll be an absolute miracle.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll ask the viewers or the fans who are there with us live, Rohan, Ayushi, and Sahil, if they have any other question to ask.
Yeah, I do have a question.
Yeah,
As we all
please.
know, this year we have a trading window that once all teams have played 7 matches, they can trade off players from each other's squad. So Ajinkya Rahane have just played one single match from Delhi Capitals. So do you think that they'll release him?
I think they'll keep him. I think he'll keep him. I think they need his. He's a great player, and I think he may even he may not play all games, but sometimes you just need these sort of he's a type of player that is good for Delhi Capitals dressing room.
Thank you.
And Baji, just to add on, I want you to actually tell that see, today he was just as you can say replacement for Rishabh Pant, who was injured, so a forced change. But do you think Ajinkya Rahane fits into the Delhi's 11, playing an
I
anchor
don't
role
think
at 3?
I don't think he makes it in the 11, but he reminds me similar of Rahul Dravid. That sort of player of good quality cricketer, but just does he have enough firepower in his batting? Rishabh Pant, is a flamboyant player, and if he's fully fit, he'll come in, and I can see Rahane playing. But with every team, it's a group of 15 players. I think you have a 15-man squad, and in that, I think Ajinkya Rahane definitely fits in that in the squad. So I'll be surprised if Delhi Capital release him. I think he's a valuable member in the squad, and with his experience, there's always that thing, isn't it? You kind of think, is this no substitute for experience? An experienced player is always a handy player in the team, and I think Ajinkya Rahane, I'll be disappointed to see if Delhi Capitals release him.
Okay, now moving ahead, talking a bit, or rather previewing for the tomorrow's game, or rather when the video will be up. It is today because it's 12:15 IST. So it will be KKR up against Royal Challengers Bangalore. First, talking about KKR winning last two games, or last two games where they actually snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. And a lot of praise for Captain Dinesh Karthik. He came back in form in the last game, scoring a quick half century. So, how do you see KKR?
Yeah, that's one thing surprised me. I think I thought Owen Morgan would have been the captain, but his batting hasn't really fired in the IPL. It again, if Russell the Muscle, if he starts performing, it just this is a really good game. This is that sort of game. It's like a quarter final, RCB versus KKR. If Virat Kohli performs again, I think RCB will win this. But if they get him out early, like he has, seemed to do, then it's KKR's, game. So again, Virat Kohli is such a strong player. It all depends on him. If he scores the runs, then I think it's going to be an RCB win. So I'll go for the RCB.
So KKR have found their winning combination despite Kuldeep Yadav being out of the playing 11. But Russell has not fired much. He's done good bowling at the death and given some crucial overs with some crucial wickets as well. But do you see Russell firing tomorrow?
I hope so. I think we need the big man firing, and maybe you should take the option of the shorter boundary. I think he's been getting out on the longer boundary side, and maybe in the past he was able to clear them, them boundary options. I think this time round he possibly should think, well, where's the shorter boundary option? Let me clear that side and give myself a chance, and not just go from ball one like he can do. I think he just sometimes goes for the boundary options, from cold, and in fact give himself a bit of a chance, get himself, familiar with the wicket, and if anything, be sensible, go for the shorter boundary option, because I think him firing is really important for KKR.
Yeah, and tomorrow being the game at Sharjah, but when the last match was played at Sharjah between Delhi and Rajasthan, it was not that typical Sharjah wicket. It was a bit slower, and there was some turn on offer for the spinners. So, what do you think the role of spinners, especially what KKR have, and in these tremendous form, Varun Chakravarti and this Sunil Narine?
Yeah, look, Sunil Narine is again another key bowler, and I think if the pitch is flat, then we'll see a lot of run fest. But I think we've had enough of seeing sixes and fours. We want to sort of see a bit more of an even contest, and I hope that is tomorrow. Yeah, look, if it's a turning pitch, then I think KKR can win it comfortably because they got Sunil Narine in the team. RCB have a sort of young kind of spin, bowlers in their team, but. Yeah, look, I think it all depends on pitch conditions. Like you said, if it's been turning, then yeah, I'll go with KKR.
Okay. So now talking about RCB, do you think RCB has sorted their winning combination?
Yeah, I think so. I think so Moeen Ali's a great cricketer, but I just don't think he fits in the 11 this year. I think Chris Morris, seems like a better option. And I do believe, I do believe that RCB have found their winning 11.
So Chris Morris replacing Moeen Ali, and then the 11 is perfect.
Yes,
So
yes.
so prediction for tomorrow is RCB or
If
KKR.
if it's a flat pitch, RCB. If it's turning, KKR.
So if RCB wins, who will fire? If KKR wins, then who will be their top performer?
Again, we have to have to go with pitch. I got a funny feeling that Russell the Muscle is going to turn up tomorrow. And the maturity of Owen Morgan, if there's a slight, they've played a lot of cricket on there. I expect it to turn. I'm going to go with KKR tomorrow.
Okay. So now I'll go towards Sahil. Sahil, your prediction for tomorrow, and who will be the top performer?
Oh, I think RCB should be doing good with Virat Kohli performing nicely. He's been in form right now. So, looking forward to that.
Yes, definitely. He scored a crucial 90 not out in the last game. So Ayushi,
Yeah.
your predicted winner and the top performer.
Same RCB and Virat Kohli because there's a personal bias too. So, yeah.
Okay. Rohan.
So just for a change, I will go with KKR and Dinesh Karthik. I need him to perform. He's the captain and he hasn't performed in this season completely. So I would want him to score a big number tomorrow.
So Paji and Rohan are on the same page regarding the predicted winners, but regarding the top performers, they are also on different lines. Then we have a new fan or new guest joining in, Aman Kumar Chaurasia. Hello, you're welcome and you're live in the show.
Yeah, thank you so much, and hello, Monty sir. I'll go with KKR, and I think tomorrow it's maybe the chance for, maybe the day for Shubman Gill, because he has performed, but he didn't fire that such a way that he did in the domestic cricket last year. Maybe the tomorrow will be his day. So there is a slightly upper hand for KKR just because they won last two matches after after being out of the match halfway. So there is an upper hand for KKR. Maybe.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
Paji, what who will be your choice between Shivam Mavi and Prasidh Krishna? Because in the last game, Shivam Mavi had some niggles, so Prasidh Krishna came in as a forced change, but actually won it for KKR, dismissing KL Rahul and Prabhsimran Singh in the 19th over. So
Yeah,
if
I'll probably
Shivam
go.
Mavi
I'll,
is
I'll go with Marvy.
okay, you'll go with Mavi. Any other change do you expect?
No, I don't expect any other changes. I think Owen Morgan probably, probably be batting at four. I think that's a good position for him. And yeah, Shubnam Gill, he's doing really well. He's probably the most exciting, young prospect. Maybe we'd like to see him play a nice knock, score maybe a bit more quickly. But apart from that, I think it'll be a good game tomorrow.
Okay, so thanks a lot for all the fans and Paji as well as we wrap up today's post-match analysis here. So I, Utkarsh Tandon, now signing off on this Go Beyond Sports YouTube channel as well as Facebook page, and we'll meet tomorrow again at 11:45 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So thanks a lot, guys, and thanks a lot,
And thanks
Paji,
a
for
lot,
being there.
Pajin, for being there.
Thanks, Utkarsh.
So much, sir. Thank you.